Hello friends, how are you? That's good to hear. I'm Tom Gray, the internet's most determined Safety Brother cosplayer, back again with another banger. No, I don't know. I don't trust myself that much, so we shall see. The early 2000s. It was a dreamscape of frosted tips, Jinko jeans, and insane dating shows that would never pass today's standards. There's also a day in September that was pretty rough, but other than that, the early 2000s were pretty good. And yes, I am talking primarily about MTV. MTV went off the rails in the early 2000s with their reality shows. They had shows like Next, Parental Control, Room Raiders. All of these I would watch whenever my parents left the house or they were asleep. You could say I was a little bit of a bad boy. Still am. But one show from this era went completely under my radar until I just found out about it the other day. And that show is Date My Mom. I found out about it on my Twitch stream. Tom Tells Jokes, by the way. You can check it out. But the show is called Date My Mom, and oh my god, is it just insane. Next, Parental Control, Room Raiders, those were all like dated, cringy shows. None of those shows hold a candle to the cream of the cringe that is Date My Mom. I will be honest, the title is a little misleading. I thought it was about young guys trying to date MILFs. And that is not the case, and I was very disappointed. How the show works is that there is a bachelor, a bachelor that's unlucky in love, just can't find anyone that they like or anyone that likes them. And this was the era before dating apps and things like that. So what else could you do when you struck out? I guess go on an MTV dating show? I guess. The lucky bachelor of this show gets to go on a date with 3 prospective moms who their children will actually be the ones dating them in the long run. They're just dating the moms to get to know their child a little bit, see how they react with the family, It's interesting. But oh boy, is it awkward. Also, side note, as I was finding clips to use for this video, I found another YouTube channel that did a video on this show as well, so I just want to give a shout out to them. The channel is 16 Leo. I will put a link in the description. Go give them some love as well, but I'm going to do a different episode than what they talked about, so hopefully it won't be too repetitive of what they did. I hope not. Let's get right into the cringe, okay? I hate Keemstar. Why did I do a Keemstar impression? I don't know. This episode is a fun one. If you're homophobic, I guess I'll put a big trigger warning on this video for you. This episode involves gay people, so you can just click off the video. I mean, even if you are homophobic and this wasn't about gay people, you can just click off the video anyways. But this video is about gay couples.
Time to date these mothers and find me a lover.
The 3 contestants of the show are number 1, Josh. He looks like a Redditor/Discord moderator. Number 2 is Nick, who looks like a mop that could skateboard. And number 3 is Daniel, who looks exactly what I wanted to look like when I was in middle school. So I was already kind of cheering for this guy. This episode stars our bachelor, Jeremy, who loves his t-shirts and long sleeve tee combos. Jeremy's first date is with Josh's mom, Diana. Here's a little look into what their dynamic is together.
What if he asked me how many sexual partners you've had?
Infinity doesn't even begin to describe it.
Walked around the block, have you? Okay.
Walked, run, bent, twist, name it.
All right, okay.
I felt the same way as Diana whenever I heard that. Okay, all right, Before the date, Josh tells his mom, Diana, what kind of information Jeremy should know about him. And this is what he has to say.
Wait, tell him.
That I'm the master, he's the bitch.
Gotcha.
Which is, Josh, I'll be honest, you're coming on a little too strong for me right now, buddy, okay? Just chill out a little bit. You haven't even met the guy yet. Jeremy goes to their house, picks up Diana, which includes a really awkward shot of, their feet. I don't know if, Quentin Tarantino directed this as just, a side gig, but I couldn't help but notice that they like feet on this show, and it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like feet. And nothing against you foot fetishists out there. I appreciate you, but that is just not for me. They're off to their date. They go off to a car hop, which I did not know what that was before I saw it. It's like a 50s things where girls are on rollerblades serving you milkshakes and shit, minus the racism, hopefully. They get to the car hop. They sit in the back seat of an old 50s car like, any mom and potential date for their son would. Jeremy asks Diana what does Josh like to do? And she says dance. So of course that leads Jeremy to ask, well, can you show me what kind of dance he likes to do? And this is as uncomfortable as it sounds.
A little bit of Josh. A little bit of Josh. A little bit of Josh.
I'm still uncomfortable watching that clip. Even poor Jeremy is uncomfortable. You can see his face. He's like, oh God, no, stop, get off of me. There's something about a mom saying their son's name while they're dancing on a man that's just very odd to me. I don't like it. I honestly do feel a little bad for Jeremy in this episode because you can tell in his talking head sections that the producers just told him what to say and he's not exactly comfortable with it. Like in this clip.
Perfect body. He has a big, giant black coat that he wears, and people call him Neo because he looks like Keanu Reeves.
I'm strangely turned on right now.
Do you think the producers were like, okay, Jeremy, say I'm strangely turned on right now? And Jeremy's like, fuck, dude, do I have to say that? Do I really have to say that? And the producers are like, listen, Jer Bear, if you want that $250, you better say what we tell you to say. Which is how much money they got paid to be on this show, is $250. And I don't think that's enough for me to be publicly embarrassed on national TV. I would need at least $300. So the date is over. Diana returns to Josh, and it is just incredible. They have a great dynamic between the two of them.
He wanted to know how you dance. So I kind of danced on him a little bit. I was leaning back, giving him some stuff.
Mom, I should have told you I get first touch.
And I love that clip, just like, Mom, I told you I get to touch his dick first. Like, that's just a beautiful interaction between a mother and a son. I love that. On to the second date, which is with Nick, and his mother's name is Christine. And I will be honest, I do not like Christine whatsoever, which is nothing against her. I'm sure she doesn't actually act like this in real life. I'm sure either the producers told her to act like this or her son Nick told her to, but this is just like the worst thing I've seen in a long time.
I'm Christine and I'm 51.
I'm Nick and I'm 19.
And I'm gonna kick these mothers' asses for real.
So she does that slang talk for some reason. I do not know why they decided to give her this out of left field character trait, but it has aged horribly. And
you heard?
It's obviously racist, right? Like, we can just admit that this is definitely like has racial undertones to it. Like, a lot of these MTV dating shows did not age well, but this episode in particular has aged like already spoiled milk. Like, somehow the milk got even more spoiled. And part of me wants to blame Nick for this because he says in this clip,
be really loud, be funny, and talk ghetto.
For shiz, what?
Yeah, he says to talk ghetto. And then she says faux shiz and goes whoop whoop like she's a fucking member of the insane clown posse or something. I don't know. I'm uncomfortable. And just like before the last date, Nick and Christine kind of talk about what questions they want to ask, what they want to tell Jeremy about him. Nick asks this question.
The first thing that I want you to ask him is if he prefers Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera.
Which honestly, I do appreciate that question because anyone that says Christina Aguilera over Britney Spears is a fucking insane person and I do not want to be in the same room as them. Like, if you're picking Christina Aguilera over Britney Spears, that's just insanity, okay? Because it's Britney, bitch. Jeremy picks up Christine and they go on their date, which is like a photo shoot date where they're dressed up like they're in the 1800s. They're wearing the garb. It's like a regular old Bonnie and Clyde, except there's no shootout, no death, unless you count me dying in my soul. Christine gets her flirt on a little bit with Jeremy, which is...
Make it provocative for me.
Ooh, I can be very provocative.
Uncomfortable because, as I've stated before, Jeremy is gay. There's this clip where she shows off some skin on her legs, and then she's also just saying fashizi and this horrible stuff, and it's just like the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I could hardly make it through this part. After the photo shoot, Christine and Jeremy, they have a little picnic together, and Christine pops the big question, you know, which do you prefer, Christina Aguilera or Britney Spears? And guess what answer Jeremy gives?
Who would you prefer, Christina Aguilera or Britney Spears?
Christina, by a long shot.
Okay, well...
I like it dirty.
Yeah, this psychopath says Christina Aguilera. And if I'm Christine, I'm leaving the date. I'm done. I'm taking the Bonnie and Clyde car home. Jeremy can walk himself while listening to Christina Aguilera. Okay, buddy? They keep talking. Christine keeps slanging her way through the whole conversation. It's awful. That alone makes me want them to lose right now. So Christine asked this question.
Are you into sex a lot?
Which sounds like me whenever I was horny and trying to get with girls. I had no game at all. Just, so, are you into sex a lot? I am. I totally am. Yeah, for sure. Me. Yeah, I'm into sex a lot. Finally, we are on to our last date with Daniel and his mother, Janet. And I gotta say, I love Janet. She seems like a great woman. I would hang out with her. Daniel, on the other hand, is kind of interesting. Daniel wants Janet to ask Jeremy a question that I think a lot of people would have on a first date.
Also ask him if he's uncircumcised too.
And why is that important?
We'll just make sure that he's uncircumcised. It's not important why.
Okay.
No one has ever asked that on a first date. I hope. That is a horrible thing to ask someone. That is very invasive. How about you ask him, like, what he does for fun? Do you like cats or dogs? Not, hey, is the tip of your dick cut or not? Jeremy shows up in the greatest fit I've seen on this show so far. A Fall Out Boy t-shirt with a long sleeve tee underneath. Fit check. Can we get a fit check on Jeremy? Jeremy's just got drip for days, okay? Also, the t-shirt with the long sleeve tee underneath is the most 2004 thing I've ever seen. Like, if you walked into a Hot Topic, that's what every dude in that store was wearing. You could throw a rock into a Hot Topic and you would hit a guy dressed just like that. Jeremy and Janet, I'm gonna call them J&J, Johnson & Johnson, get vaccinated. J&J, they go on a simple date where they just, they make some Mongolian food out in the woods. And, you know, I was thinking, there's no way this could end up being offensive at all. And then...
Well, I picked Mongolian because my friends and I eat it every day after school, and I thought we could do it in true Mongolian couture.
Oh, good. I'm ready.
Oh my god, do we have to add in like a vague form of cultural appropriation to this? But it was 2004. I guess nobody just gave a fuck back then. Like you do whenever you're meeting a potential date's mom. You tell them that you wear big shoes and you ask what size their son's shoe is, which I'm sure is not sexual at all.
I wear big shoes, so do you think Daniel can handle that?
Big shoes? Does that mean what I think it means?
But overall, this date is not nearly as bad as the first two. They just kind of make some noodles. He makes Janet eat some tofu, which she hates, which kind of knocked her down a little bit in my book, because I love tofu. I think it's great. But I still love Janet. She's awesome, especially compared to hippity-hoppity Christine.
Sure enough, let's get going.
Ugh. Now it is time for the moment of truth. Jeremy must pick one of the 3 dates he preferred to date their son. And I love this intro shot of Jeremy standing on the beach. I don't know why they had to do so many cuts of him just standing like a Roblox character or something. He's just standing there like this. Imagine how uncomfortable you would be with these cameras sweeping side to side and they're just like, keep smiling, keep smiling. Keep smiling. Don't stop smiling, Jeremy. Smile. You want that $250 or what? Now it's time for the moment of truth. All 3 moms come back in. He gets to say hi, give him a nice little kiss on the cheek. It's kind of sweet. I like this part. Who do you guys think is the first one to be eliminated in this episode? Did you guess the Discord moderator? Because you are 100% correct. It is the Discord moderator, and I don't really blame him. I love the face he makes whenever he steps out of the limo to show off to Jeremy what he's missing out on.
This is my gorgeous son, Josh.
I am just the best. I am just the best.
It's like he's casting a spell with his eyes. Like, chill out, dude. Just chill. Chill. It's not the end of the world. You'll find another submissive and breedable guy that you can be with, okay? But I love that clip. That still makes me laugh every time I see it. And that's one of my favorite things on TV ever. You know, people talk about, like, the finale of Breaking Bad or, like, Mad Men. You know, all these great shows that have these great moments. No. That's my #1 TV moment right there.
I am just the best.
Second to be eliminated is, drumroll please, it's Nick. Thank God it is Nick. We can finally get Christine out of here. I was so happy about that. I really needed her gone. She just rubs me the wrong way.
You suck. Meet my bootylicious son, Nick.
You know, the Discord mod made that, like, intense brooding face, kind of, whenever he came out. I don't really know what kind of face Nick is going for in this. I think even the producers were like, yeah, can we do that one again? Nick, you kind of oversold it for us. You know, not that intense. And then out of nowhere, Jeremy just hits us with this line.
Looks like the no sex is not a choice.
Which is so mean. Out of nowhere. This guy can't fuck. And it's not because he doesn't try. It's because no one wants to fuck. Like, damn. You don't have to kick him while he's down. You just eliminated him. You don't have to be like, yeah, and you're ugly. Which means that our winner, hooray, is Daniel. He's the only one that I didn't completely dislike. And what better way for them to celebrate than with just a simple kiss? Or a couple kisses. Or full-on making out. That's the episode. I'm genuinely shocked that this show did not win any awards. Like, it should have won an Oscar, which I know they don't do TV show Oscars, but this should have won an Oscar before Leonardo DiCaprio ever did. I would love to see a Where Are They Now kind of update episode, you know, for the 10 people that watch this on TV and me that's watching it now. I think that would be fun. Maybe these two lovebirds are still together. I doubt it, but, you know, that'd be cool if they were. All right, y'all, that is what I wanted to talk about with this video. I had to watch this, so I just wanted to make you guys watch it as well. I hope you had a good time. I'm sure we all learned something through watching this. What's that? Oh, we didn't learn anything? Okay, cool. I hate learning, so that works out pretty well. Honestly, I'm not too sure what this show could ever teach anyone, other than that the way to a man's heart is through his mom? Maybe? Thank you so much. I hope you had a good time watching. I had a good time talking. If you enjoyed the video, you know, leave a like, a comment, subscribe. You don't have to. Give me a hug. I could use a hug. I'm lonely. All right, guys. I love you. Goodbye, friends. Have a good day.